Hello, my name is Jacob. I'll be going over creatine in this review today. I know I did reviews before in the past. They were really bad. Didn't know anything I was talking about. Now that I'm the manager of a supplement store in South Texas, I find that I know more, that I'm more qualified, and that I've lifted for longer, so I know how it affects my body longer, and I know how it affects bodies more. Now, creatine is a natural chemical compound found in protein sources like red meat, chicken, and vegetables. It's most dense in red meats, raw red meats to be specific. Vegetables have it a bit harder. Vegans have it a lot harder to get this, which is why it's especially important for vegans to supplement creatine. Now, to go over why you'd want to supplement is because it's very hard to get the daily recommended dosage. The daily recommended dosage doesn't come from anything other than a whole pound of raw red meat. A whole pound of raw red meat throughout the whole day. You couldn't cook it, you can't do anything, so of course that's dangerous, it's gross, and it's dangerous. I think that's the main thing, is you're not supposed to eat raw meats. Now, what creatine does is it provides your body with iodinized triphosphate, or ATP, which is basically molecular energy currency, and it's the exchange when your muscles do the pulling. When you do the pulling like a bicep curl, what it does is right here is the muscles are pulling, and through that pulling they use ATP. So obviously the more energy, the more you can knock out those reps, which knocking out reps is important because you tear your muscles down with each rep. Now, creatine doesn't give you any more strength, it gives you more energy strength, if that makes sense. As in, you're going to do more reps, but not more weight. Eventually, you will end up doing more weight with creatine because of the fact that you're tearing your muscles down so much more, because of the fact that you're doing so much more pulling and so much more weight at a time. Because as we've come to find, everyone knows, the more you tear down your muscles, the more you recover, the bigger they get and the stronger they recover. Now, why you want creatine specifically is it's a very good product all around, in the sense that anyone can take it. So if you're looking to increase your reps in your sets, then I would definitely recommend creatine. Now, there are a couple issues with creatine, one of them being that there's a loading phase. You don't have to do the loading phase, you just won't receive the side effects or the benefits as quickly if you don't. Loading phase is like 25 grams a day for a week, and then you go to 5 grams. Or you can just do 5 grams a day for a whole week and then just keep going until you finally receive the benefits. Now, you don't need 5 grams is the issue though. You could go with 3 grams a day and still be fine, depending on your weight. If you're a heavy individual, definitely do 5 grams. Or even 10 grams, depending on how heavy you're lifting. Now, if you're someone like my size, who's 160, or someone who's 170, you would take 3 grams, and it would be perfectly fine. You'd be perfectly fine. Now, there are side effects to creatine. Creatine's side effects, the biggest one is balding. If your mom's side of the family has a history of balding in men, I definitely recommend being very, very careful with creatine, because you could easily become balder faster. It's due to don't take my word on the name of it, DHT. I believe it overproduces it. Your body's hair produces that chemical over time, so that's why receding hairlines exist and stuff like that. Like, your body just kind of naturally loses its hair on top of your head. Creatine makes you produce that more and more. So that's why you go bald faster. It also has the side effect of filling your muscles up with water. Now, that's not a big deal because it kind of makes them look fuller. If you're on a cut and you want your muscles to look full, you get the water weight. Now, if you don't want water weight at all, then I definitely wouldn't recommend it either. So yeah, creatine, the water weight. Now, the thing is, once you stop taking creatine, your muscles are going to get kind of flabby. So that's also something to think about before you start. So let me go over creatine one more time, the whole thing, before I end this review, in my recommendation. Now, creatine gives your muscles ATP. ATP is energy. You need energy to do more reps. It's not going to give you more weight. Eventually it will, just through the process of natural weightlifting. You only need 3 grams if you're up to 170, or 160 to 200 pounds. It's only needed 3 grams. You can take 5 grams if you want. There is a loading phase if you want to do that. Side effects are balding and fuller water weight. So think about those before you take it. My personal recommendation, especially for novice lifters, because that's who I'm mostly speaking to right now, because I am personally a novice lifter, is I do recommend it. I recommend it about 2 or 3 months into your lifting experience, because you don't need it right away. Eventually, it's good to take, but yeah. So as a novice to a novice, take it. To a novice to an intermediate, as someone who knows what he knows about creatine monohydrate, I would take it. To a novice to an advanced, I'd be surprised if you aren't taking it. But yeah, that's my review. Thank you for watching. Keep lifting those weights.